Okay, we'll make a start. So, hi everyone, my name is Sarah Rabbani and I am Employee Support Manager for the First Line Support team. Today's webinar will be all about year end, so the key tax changes for the new tax year, which will be 24 and 25. So, the things that we'll run through today, so there'll be key dates that you need to be made aware of. Your P60 for this tax year, so the 2023 to 2024. Any changes to NI thresholds and rates, any changes to your tax and tax codes, and also NI and nest pension. So, key dates. So the end of this tax year, so 2023 to 24, will be Friday, the 5th of April, 2024, which will then mean that the beginning of the new tax year for 2024 to 25 will then start on the Saturday, 6th of April, 2024. So the tax week will start from Sunday and end on a Friday. And any P60s for the tax year 23 to 24, so this current tax year, will be made available to you on your Giant portal by the end of May 2024. When they are made available to you, we will send out some comms so you'll know straight away. So in terms of your P60, so what a P60 is it's essentially a document and it shows all of your total gross earnings, all of the tax and national insurance deductions that have been made in your name for that tax year. So when you do receive your P60, essentially it's going to be an overview of everything that you've earned and paid in that tax year. What you can use it for, it can be used for things like your self-assessments, mortgage applications, references. It's also quite interesting to see. I always enjoy receiving my P60 because sometimes you don't realize kind of how much you've earned in that year or how much tax you've paid. For those people that have paid, student loans, that sort of stuff, it gives you a really good overview of everything that has come in and out for that tax year. And as I mentioned before, it will be made available to you on your portal by the end of May. However, please note you will only receive a P60 if you're employed or engaged with or have been paid as of the 5th of April this year. So, changes to thresholds and rates. So from the 6th of January 2024, there was a change made to the calculation of employees' NI on earnings above the primary threshold up to and including the upper earnings limit. And this saw a 2% reduction from 10% down to 8%. So previously it went from 12 to 10, now it's gone from 10 to 8. But apart from this, there's no further changes that are to be made for the next tax year. As you can see in this table, it shows the most common national insurance categories, what they mean, and what employees and employers pay on their earnings per category. Now you can see here that category A will be the most common category. I'll give you a minute just to have a look through that. Right, so tax rates and thresholds for the tax year 24 to 25. So the annual personal allowance will remain at £12,570, meaning that your tax code, the standard tax code, will remain at 1257L, and that will be up until the 5th of April 2028. The weekly personal allowance will be at £241.73, meaning the monthly allowance will be £1,047.50. And your weekly basic rate threshold will be at £996.75, and your monthly will be £4,189.25. And lastly, the additional rate of tax at the 45% threshold will be £125,140. So it is worth noting that for the first payroll in the tax year, everyone will receive a 1 week or month tax-free allowance, and this is irrespective of how many weeks or timesheets that you are being paid for in that payslip. So just to reiterate, doesn't matter if you've been paid for 2, 3, 4 weeks in that payslip, you would only receive your 1 week or month tax-free allowance depending on your tax code. So statutory rates, it's good to see that all the statutory payment rates have increased for the new tax year of 2024 to 25. So this will be for sick pay, maternity pay, paternity pay, adoption pay, parental leave, and bereavement pay. So I'll give you a few seconds just to have a look at what the increases have gone up to. Right, so the HMRC app. So HMRC have launched an app. It is absolutely brilliant. It's really, really helpful. It allows you to access all of your details, things like your tax code, NI number, income and benefits. It will allow you to see all the income from work that you've done in the previous 5 years, and it would also show how much you're receiving tax credits. So sometimes, it can be pretty hard getting through to HMRC when you call up. You can be on hold for quite a while. So the HMRC app is really convenient actually when you want to find out some information. So I do recommend that you download this. Other things that you'll be able to do would be get an estimate on the tax that you need to pay. It will help you access your help to save account. The HMRC tax calculator is really good. So we do get a lot of queries around how much, people take home. So a lot of people want to know what their net pay will be. This will show you. So this will basically allow you to work out your take home pay after all your income tax and NI deductions. It will allow you to claim refunds if you've paid too much tax. Again, this is something that previously you would have had to have called HMRC up for to know. The HMRC app will allow you to do that straight away. Um, it will also be able to help you with things like tracking forms and letters that you've sent to HMRC, and also updating your details such as like your postal address and things like that. So yeah, if you just go to the gov.uk website, it will provide you with some more information on how to download the app and how to use it. So with Nest Pension, so that is the government-run workplace pension scheme. So you'll be auto-enrolled after 90 days from the first time that you're paid, and that is only if you meet the following criteria. So that will be if you continue to be engaged as of the auto-enrollment date, you earn over £192 per week or £833 per month, you are aged 22 or over, or you are under the state pension age. Now, if at that point you do not meet, if at the auto enrollment point you don't meet that criteria, you'll go through a second auto enrollment. So again, that will be another 90 days. However, if you do wish to opt in earlier, all you have to do is contact us. That's no problem, and we can get that arranged for you. So in terms of the contributions, total contributions will be at 8%, 5% contributed by yourself and 3% contributed by Giant. So I've touched upon if you want to opt in earlier, you just contact us. However, if you do wish to opt out of the Nest pension scheme, unfortunately, we are unable to do this for you. You will need to wait until you've received your Nest welcome pack, and then you can contact Nest yourself to opt out. Um, if you opt out within 28 days of being auto enrolled, you will be able to receive a full refund of any contributions made. So lastly, how to contact us. We do have a feedback section on the portal. So if you log onto your portal, you'll see a menu icon in the top left-hand corner. If you click on that, you click on feedback and then add feedback. It will take you to a page, as you can see here on the right. It's essentially like an email format. You add your subject, your message, and any attachments if you need to. Or alternatively, something that I think is really great, you can contact us via the live chat section on your portal. So that will be on the bottom right-hand corner of your pages on your portal. If you need a quick response, we're available between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and currently our average response time is 14 seconds. So that's everything from me. So just to go over what we went through key dates as we approach the new tax year, when you'll receive your P60 and, the dates of the new tax year and tax weeks, national insurance thresholds and rates, any changes to that. Also, any changes to your personal allowances and the tax thresholds. And lastly, Nest pension. Right, so that's my side of things done. If you do have any questions, now will be the time. If you look at your Teams webinar, there is a Q&A function. If you could please use that to submit your questions, that will be great. I'll give everyone a second to get them through. Just whilst we're waiting, um, once this webinar has ended, you will receive a recording of it tomorrow, along with a request to complete a survey. I'd be extremely grateful if you could take a few minutes out of your day just to complete this survey. It just means that any webinars that we do in the future, we can make as beneficial to you as possible. Feedback can include things of what you'd like webinars to be on, also feedback on presenting skills. So if you feel like there's anything we could change to how we present the webinars, anything in general, we would greatly appreciate. Kelly, you've mentioned when the P60s will be available. So we don't have an exact date yet, but they will be available at the end of May 2024. As soon as your P60 will be available, we'll be contacting you to let you know. So questions around P45s. So your P45 will be sent to you once you've received all your final payments. So the process would be we receive a termination notification from your agency. As soon as we receive that, we'll wait until you've been paid your final payment. So that could be, if you're on 30-day payment terms, it will be 30 days after your last timesheet, or weekly, it will be the week after. Once we've made the final payment to yourself for any outstanding pay, we'll then process any outstanding holiday pay that is owed to you, and then we'll ensure that the P45 is sent to you. The P60 sent by us will only include payments made via Giant. So for anyone that needs access to payslips from before we had the migration, so some of you may have been a part of a large migration of portals. If you need access to your old payslips, that's no problem. If you just contact us via the feedback section on your portal, request what payslips that you need, we'll then be able to send them over to you. In terms of booking annual leave, yes, you will need to request the holiday pay to be paid out to you via your portal for even bank holidays. So although you may have the time off already, in order to be paid for it, you will need to have that requested on your Giant portal. So there are some queries around salary sacrifice. It does differ depending on the client. So if you could please drop us a message via the feedback section on your portal, a member of the team will be able to contact you with more information. Natalie, you've asked me to run through the key dates again. So it's just more around, when the new tax year will start. So this tax year will end on Friday, the 5th of April, 2024. The new tax year will begin Saturday, the 6th of April, 2024. The tax week will be from Saturday to Friday now. And also, as mentioned a few seconds ago, your P60s will be made available to you at the end of May. Um, right, some more questions. I do ask if you do have any questions, please can you use the Q&A function? If you are using the chat function, it is hard to keep track of them, so some questions may be missed. Um, So a question around holiday pay, can you get this paid out earlier? So if you're requesting holiday pay for a future date, this won't be paid out earlier. You can put the request in now, that's no problem. However, that holiday pay will be paid out to you when you are due to receive the payment for that week. You can also backdate holiday requests. So if you don't have enough holiday accrued now, you can request whatever you have in your pot. And then once you have accrued enough, you can always backdate a request to a previous date. In terms of access to your portal, when you've received your P45 is when you will lose your access to your portal. So as soon as that has been sent over to you, your access will be suspended. So I do recommend that you take some time just to save any documents that you need, things like your pay slips, your P60s, anything like that. Just when you do receive them, make sure you download and save them. So regarding, I've got some questions around when workers' assignments finish and when they'll receive their P45. So you will obviously receive a P45. However, I can't confirm exactly when because it does depend on when you receive your last payment. As soon as you've received your last payment, then we'll start the P45 process. If we issue your P45 before you receive your last payment, it will have negative impacts on your tax. Essentially, it will be like a payment after leaver, so there is a chance you'll pay more tax than necessary. Um, Juliet, unfortunately, I can't recommend anything regarding timesheets. We don't have visibility of timesheets and timesheet systems, so it might be worth checking with your agency on how to submit those. Um, Natalie, you've asked when the payslip is available. So your payslip is available, should be the day before you're due to receive payment. So as soon as our payroll team have finalised payroll, then your payslip will be available. On your Giant portal, you can set up alerts, and they will let you know when you're due to be paid and how much. So I do recommend you have a look at your portal and see what alerts you can set up. So questions around P60. So as I've mentioned before, if you have left us before April 5th, 2024, then a P60 will not generate. However, you can always contact HMRC. Tony, P60s will arrive by the end of May 2024. We will let you know once it is available on your portal. So Mark, you've asked a question around holiday pay. Yes, so when your assignment ends and your P45 is issued, we also pay out any outstanding holiday pay in your holiday pot. So Ankit, you will, so in regards to getting holiday paid out to yourself, you'd need to put through the holiday request for the dates that you're on annual leave. So in terms of getting, you can always backdate holiday requests. So if you've not been paid for any annual leave taken as of yet, you can always put through an annual leave request for then. However, until you end your assignment, the whole holiday pot will not be paid out to you. Natalie, yes, holiday accrued will be rolled over into the new holiday year if your assignment ends up rolling over as well. Right, so I don't think there are any more questions coming through, so I'll end the webinar now. However, if you do have any questions and you've not had a chance to get them answered, that is no problem. All you need to do is just log on to your Giant portal, either use the live chat function or send us a message via the feedback section. Live chat, you'll get a response very quickly within, currently our average response time is 14 seconds. The feedback response, you will receive an answer within 24 hours. So yeah, I hope you found this webinar beneficial and useful. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Take care.